Hello, my name is Dana Anderson, and I will be simulating a self-interview with myself answering and giving the questions. So, let's start with the first question. The first question is, tell us about yourself and what you think sets you apart from other applicants. So, my name is Dana Anderson, as you know. I currently attend Bryan and Stratton University, and part-time when I go home for the summertime, I am a lifeguard, and I play basketball for Bryan and Stratton. I'm not only a student, but a student athlete. Uh, and what sets me apart from other applicants is I have a lot to do, but I do manage my time well, and I work well with others. I never had a problem with other people at my job. I'm just not that type of person. I'm a very friendly person, and once you get to know me, you'll see that as well. The second question is, briefly describe your biggest professional weakness. I feel that my biggest professional weakness is working with people that come, an unstable work environment. People that come to work with a negative attitude. And I understand that you may go through things outside of work, but it's a different game face when you come into work. Other people may not know what you're going through, and that's fine, but don't try to put that on other people. Try to, get yourself together before you come to work and not think about what's happening. Even though a lot of people do go through a lot of things, but, try not to put that on other people. And that's my biggest weakness, because I don't like to work around people that have a negative, attitude at work when they come to work. It's hard for me because I don't like to see other people being upset with me, or being upset with other people just makes it uncomfortable. So the next question is, tell us about a time where you show grit in the workplace. Me being an athletic person and, being on the team and playing basketball, I feel like the place where I showed the most grit was a time where I'm a lifeguard. I had to save a civilian, and the civilian was drowning, and it was also a child, and none of the other lifeguards were paying attention. And I was sitting in my chair, and I noticed that the civilian was drowning, the child was drowning, and I jumped in the pool in the deep end and saved that civilian. That's the time that I showed the most grit, I feel like, in the workplace, because that was my first save. So I was really excited about that, not about the child drowning, but how intuitive I was on just paying attention to certain things that my other coworkers weren't, and I saved someone's life. So I feel like that's where I showed the most grit in the workplace. Summarize where you see yourself in your career in the next 5 to 10 and 20 years. I feel like I see myself, so I am a lifeguard, but that's just temporarily. I do it because I am a student, and in the summertime I go back home and I am a lifeguard. But my future job, my major in school right now is criminal justice, and I would like to become a forensic photographer. I feel like in the next 5 to 10 and 20 years, I feel that I would be in a place in my work experience and in my job. I feel like I would be in a stable place. I would be a forensic photographer. I would have all the things that I need, and I am working on that right now. I feel like I'll be financially stable, loving the job, and that's my number one goal. Like, I don't want to have a job that I don't like. No one really wants to have a job that they don't like. And I just always been interested in forensic photography, and I do photography sometimes on my spare time. So I feel like I will be in a successful level in the next 5, 10, and even 20 years. The next question is, imagine you were promoted within the workplace. Describe how you would deal with your colleagues you may have been passed over or promoted, or your coworkers who had your peers but are now your subordinates. I feel that I would still support my coworker, my subordinate, my colleague. I still would support them no matter what. I would tell them to keep working, and I would really sit down and talk to them, and I would understand how they feel and talk to them about it, but I will always tell them to push through. Whatever you think is hard, it's going to get better on the other side. Maybe it's just not meant for you to have it right now. But if you work hard, and even if you need help, I will help you on whatever you need. And this is honesty. The next question is, identify what kind of person you have difficulty working with. So around the second question, I believe, it's kind of similar. I just have difficulty working with people that are negative, that come into work having a negative attitude. Like I said, you might be going through other things, and no one knows, but I feel like don't come into work having a negative attitude and putting that on your colleagues, because we have nothing to do with that. We don't know what you're going through. So that's really what I have a difficulty working with people like that. Explain how you handle conflict in the workplace with coworkers or with clients, patients, or customers. I feel that I handle conflict relatively fair. I try to get both sides of the story, and I just try to go from there, ask the person why they feel that way, and if people can come together and talk about it. And I always do that with myself. If I might have a problem, or I might have a disagreement, a minor disagreement with someone on the job, I always try to talk to them. And if, they still they don't agree on what I'm saying, I would always tell them, okay, I understand that, and I don't want to have any problems in the workplace, because at the end of the day, we're here for the same thing. And I always try to tell my coworkers that, my colleagues. I always try to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude with my clients as well. Detail what motives and inspires you in the workplace. Detail what motives. So the motives that inspire me in the workplace are people that work hard just as me. I'm sorry I took a long time to answer that question, but people that work just as hard as me, they have they have that go get it attitude. They have, I'm going to do this work and I'm going to get it done no matter what they're going through, no matter how hard it is. Because I'm an athlete, and that's what I'm about, working hard and getting what you want. It doesn't matter how hard it is, you just got to get what you need and get what you want. Detail what motives the last question, summarize what you like best about your current or most recent job and why you are leaving the position. So, what I like about my current job is it's very flexible. Me being a student, full-time during the year except for the summer, it's really beneficial and flexible for me because I only work in the summertime. And the finances are great. And I just love saving people and, making sure people are safe at the pool. I love to swim, And that's something that I love, but I know that I don't want that to be my career. And that's why I'm going to college for, because I want to be, like I said, a forensic photographer, and I want to take that somewhere. And lifeguarding is really not, something that I want to do. And I want to take forensic photography seriously. So that's the reason why I would be leaving the position. Once I graduate from school, I would hopefully be having an internship with a forensic photography place, or a police station, because that's the first step of actually being a forensic photographer. This is the end of my interview, me answering and giving the questions, and I hope that you found my questions and my answers. I hope you find them great, and I hope that I did a good job with this, and I hope you enjoy my interview. Okay. Again, my name is Dana Anderson. Have a nice one.